All right, YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So I kind of want to make a video today that's pretty serious, but it's really important. And I don't really like to use psychology terms much, but psychology terms could help so you can understand like what type of people you're dealing with. You don't have to completely believe in these terms or whatever it is, but they could help. So let's talk about how to discern whether the person you're talking to is a narcissist or a psychopath, especially when they're targeting you, right? Because that's what they do. Narcissists, psychopaths, they're all predators, right? They're looking to pretty much ravage you, right? They're only there for a selfish benefit. They don't care about you, right? They're willing to destroy you if they had to. And this specifically talk about the dating scene, right? So maybe you're just like at a bar or something and you're getting a drink. And before anyone says anything, drinking is not a sin, but being a drunkard is a sin, meaning you overindulge in alcohol. That's when it becomes a sin. But getting a beer here and there or drink here and there is not a sin. So say you're like at a bar or something and you're a guy, you're drinking a beer or something, then a woman comes up to you and the woman may be really beautiful, really good looking. And let's do it from the perspective of a narcissistic woman, right? Or Jezebel spirit. So this type of woman will go up to you and they'll start to flatter you, right? This is why I always say you gotta be careful from people who are really nice to you right off the bat, because that's a danger zone, right? So the way that they manipulate it is they're gonna boost up your ego. They wanna try to target your ego, see how affected you get by it. So they're gonna start by saying things like you're so handsome, you're that, but it's gonna get stronger than that. They're gonna start getting specific about it. They're gonna start saying like, oh, you're a king or whatever, or you look amazing, you're the best one here. They're gonna try to make you feel special and like you're the best, right? They're gonna try to pump up your ego. As soon as you let that happen, as soon as you listen to that, because when you speak to these types of people, narcissists or psychopaths, you're gonna have a gut feeling usually. Like you're gonna have that feeling that says like something's not right. Like you might not put your finger on it, but something is not right about this person, right? You might get body effects too, to where like the hair on your skin starts to come up, you get goosebumps or something. Something feels weird. You might start to feel like you might start to feel like there's like a vortex, right? Like you're getting like pulled into them or something. So this is how they work, is they're predators, right? They're looking to get something out of you and then get rid of you after that, right? So you might be dealing with this woman, and as soon as you let that get to your head, you're gonna start feeling good. Then you're gonna start, you know, putting your chest up, acting more confident, everything, acting like this, and that. The conversation will keep going. The woman will start to get more personal with you and like start to ask even more personal questions, like a more personal question would just be like, what do you do? Like it could be as simple as like, what do you do for work, or like, what do you do in this situation, or like just something personal, right? That's like kind of like a little too close for comfort. They're gonna start doing that. So if you don't pay attention and you start answering these questions truthfully and mindlessly, in their head they're taking notes, right? Because they're taking notes on how to manipulate you. Because this is just what they do. Because they're predators. They have a predator instinct about them. So they're taking notes, right? So to them, you're someone that could boost them up in some sort of way, make them look better, make them feel powerful, whatever it is. So you start to listen to these things, and you're like, yeah, yeah, like start feeling good. Then like you start to talk to them, and then like they'll start to get colder on you, pretty much, right? So they might pull back, and so you're like, okay, you might not worry about it too much, but then they'll start to act a little bit colder. You might talk to them, and then they're a little bit colder. You start to react a certain way about it, right? You might be affected by it. You're like, this person was so nice to me, right? This woman was so nice to me. She complimented me. Why is she cold now? So that's how they grip you. Because if you were to do the right thing, you would leave. You would avoid this person. You'd be like, no, that's not someone. That's not a woman I want to be around. I don't trust her. But a lot of times, because they have a charm about them, they have a strong charm about them, you start to ignore your gut feelings. Like, your gut feeling might quietly say like something's not right, but you start to ignore it, right? Because your ego got in the way. They boosted your ego. That's what they use. So you might go wherever they're at, maybe they're across the bar or something, or wherever you're at, and you go to talk to the woman, and then she's all cold. You might talk to her, and then she's all like snarky and like acting a certain way, stuff like that. So you're like, okay, whatever. So you might start minding your business. Start minding your business, and then do your own thing. She might come back, right? And you might know something's off at that point, because like she's already showing signs of not being someone that's trustworthy, right? Because someone doesn't come up to you, and if they were genuine, they wouldn't be nice to you and then act cold after. So that's when you realize it's manipulation. So if you keep playing into this game with them, it's going to start to then affect your self-esteem. Then they're going to start to blow down your ego, because it's a power thing for them, right? So they're gonna look if they have you under their arms, pretty much. So once they have you under their arms, you become of no value to them. So this could be detrimental to you, because you get confused about it. You're like, wait, I just heard they were just treating me this way, now they're treating me that way, right? So it becomes detrimental. So speaking in just in the narcissist, if a narcissist came up to you like a true Jezebel spirit, you need to catch this head on immediately, right? So once you get that gut feeling, listen to that gut feeling, no matter what she says or whatever it is, you're gonna ignore, right? You're gonna like the best way to do it is just ignore it and leave the conversation. Like when you can't just leave the conversation, just be like, I'm good. I'm gonna go over here. And also a psychopath, right? And like I said, I'm not too knowledgeable in like psychology, but I know a psychopath is also a predator, but this one's more ruthless. There's no remorse, there's no conscience, or whatever that word is. They're more cunning. They're not as covert about stuff. They don't seem like they have as big of an ego as like a narcissistic person. So say a woman psychopath came up towards you. This is also another danger one, because they'll start to pull kind of similar things, right? But you'll see the way they talk, it's like extra charming. These both narcissists and psychopaths have a charm about them, a strong charm. A psychopath has a really, really, really strong charm, because they seem kind of like an anomaly, like an alien or something, but in a bad way. So you might already be intrigued, because you're like, whoa, who is this? Who's this woman? This woman seems different. So you might already be intrigued. So they have an even stronger pull to them, right? So if you're naive to these things, they could catch you so fast. So they'll start doing the same things. They might start making you feel good about yourself, making you complimenting, every aspect about your body, your personality, your whatever it is, your status, whatever it is. You're going to compliment every single thing about you. But they're going to be cold about it. They're going to have a charm, but you're going to see like when they speak, there's no really true emotion behind their eyes. It's kind of like a robot talking to you. So you're gonna feel odd about it, but also the person seems really charming, so you're gonna get confused. With a psychopath, it's a lot of confusion. It's heavier confusion than just speaking to a Jezebel or a narcissistic woman. It's gonna be like an added difference to it, because of the zero empathy and the no conscience, right? And the no remorse too. So anything that they do, they don't care what they're doing. No matter how wrong it is, they could care less. So they're gonna be more ruthless about things. So with these types of people, you might see things like smirks. Like maybe like as soon as you turn your back, if you catch them quick enough, you'll see a smirk, or you'll see them eyeing you down, looking at you, because they're a complete predator, right? And this could happen. I'm speaking in the perspective of a woman talking to a man, but this could also happen a man talking to a woman. It's the same thing, right? Usually they work the same way, but they're gonna charm you at first. So the psychopath is gonna charm you. They're gonna say pretty much anything. They're not gonna really care what they're saying. They're not gonna act. They're not gonna seem as egotistical. They might even seem more trustworthy as well, because it seems like they're more grounded. It might seem like what they're saying is actually like true. So they're gonna utilize the trust between you two. That's what a psychopath does, is really utilize trust. They want to build this weird bond with them, right? To where like you trust them, and that's what they utilize. So whatever purpose they have, but it's not a good purpose. They're predators, and they could care less about you. So they'll come to talk to you, and then if you start ignoring your gut instinct again, they're gonna notice how you react because they're even more observant, right? They're really observant about these things, so they're gonna watch you, watch every single reaction about you, watch every single movement you do. They're gonna kind of know what you're thinking in a way because they're really good at observing people. Because a psychopath is pretty much the apex predator of a human, right? So around one, it's going to be hard to hide anything about you to them, right? So when you're around this type of person, it's going to feel like suffocating or something. You're going to be like, this is something weird. It's going to feel like you're enslaved pretty much when you're around a psychopath, right? But you're not going to know what's going on because you're going to be like, this person's really charming, but I also feel weird. I feel I'm like stuck with this person or something. That's what they do. They build this like bond with you. It's like a stronger bond to where like you feel like you're the most important one, right? They utilize these things, and it's more detrimental than a narcissist coming up and speaking to you, right? Because these people are more cunning and they have no filter. And I'm also speaking from experience. I've spoken to. It's mainly I've been around like narcissistic women, and if you fall for their tricks, they're gonna destroy you, right? You're gonna end up with your self-esteem getting hurt. You're gonna end up with confusion. You're gonna end up with a lot of things. Especially if you let it go far enough to where you start to really maybe get in a relationship with them or whatever it is. It's just gonna be downhill from there the whole time, right? Depending on whether it's a narcissist or psychopath, a psychopath is most likely going to be quicker about it, more ruthless about whatever it is that they're doing, and as soon as they got what they got from you, you're going to be discarded, and it's going to be really offensive, right? Because they're not going to care. They're not really bound by anything. Whatever they do, they only do it for selfish reasons. They're not bound by remorse. They don't feel guilty for what they're doing. They don't feel like maybe they don't get the thought in their head like maybe I should calm down about what I'm saying. They don't get any of these things. And if it was a psychopath, they're likely rare to come across. But I think in my life I've seen a good amount of someone who's like truly maybe a psychopath or like a sociopath or whatever. But these types of people are more people that like stand alone, but they're like predator like, right? You might see them eyeing people, looking at them directly in the eye. You might see them when they look people in the eye, like they don't waver their eyes. There's no emotion behind their face. It just looks like you're getting stared at by like a Black Panther or something, right? So if you guys have any experience with this, I'd love to hear it below. But just know both of these, the narcissist and the psychopath, also a sociopath too. Sociopath is similar to a psychopath. It's not the exact same thing, but all three are predators and all three are selfish and all three could destroy you, right? Because they don't care about you. They're not going to care about anything of actual value. It's all superficial with them. It's all what they could get. So they're going to be like bloodsuckers, right? So you might get drained around them. As soon as you get charmed and then you go around like the psychopath for whatever it is, however long it is, like once they got you, you're going to start to get drained, right? You're going to start to see them acting colder and crueler and like saying things that you're like, wait, I never expected this person to say things. They're not going to be as charming anymore. They're going to be more vicious, more cruel. They're gonna pretty much look at you as if you're nothing, right? Then you're gonna get that feeling. You're like, oh wait, this person's dangerous. This person's dangerous. If you keep ignoring these feelings, that's when it gets really bad. So you're gonna get the gut instinct because the intuition never lies. This is why you have to utilize the gut instinct, especially if you're a woman, because women usually have really strong intuitions. So you know how women get the ick about things. If you get that ick feeling, say a guy was talking to you, if you're a woman, and he's charming you and he's saying all these things, you're gonna get the ick, right? You're gonna notice that they have a ulterior motive. But the reason their charm is so strong is because their charm could override the ick that you get, because like they'll start to speak in a way that you start to trust them, right? You're gonna be like, okay, maybe I got this feeling, but then you might start to rationalize it, be like, oh, I probably got this feeling because I just met this person, so I was just on guard. You start to rationalize these things. That's what they want you to do, pretty much. They want you to rationalize it so you could lead yourself into destruction, pretty much. None of them have good intentions. Their whole purpose of speaking to you is something to benefit them. As soon as that benefit is over, you're gone, right? You're over with. And these could come across, it's not even just dating. Dating's just one thing, but this could be like friends, it could be even family members or something. You could have like psychopaths maybe in your family, or narcissists in your family, or your friends, or whatever it is, in your job or something. You're just gonna notice a cruelty with him. There's gonna be like a certain type of cruelty that's just like odd, like this type of like energy draining, like blood sucking vampire type of effect. So this is how they operate. This is just their nature. This is what they do. And the purpose about this video is, I don't even know why I wanted to speak about this video. I guess it just felt like speaking about it. But their whole purpose, a narcissist and psychopath, like a sociopath, their whole purpose is to gain stuff out of you. They don't want to give you anything. It seems like they want to give you something, but they're only giving you something so they could gain something for it, right? They're not just giving you something out of genuine interest. That's where the term, what's that called, like nice guys came from, or like nice girls, right? So whenever you hear the term like nice guy, the nice guy is someone who's nice, right? Who's quote unquote nice, and I might flatter you and might do all these things, but if you're a woman and you're speaking to a nice guy or whatever, and if you fall for it too, you're gonna realize that he wasn't actually nice, right? He was only nice in order to reel you in. Once he reeled you in, then you start to see like what he's actually doing. And you start to see the cruelty. You start to see the narcissism, right? You start to see the psychopath. You start to see like the actual truth. You're like, whoa. So manipulators in general use flattery and charm and all these things, right? This is why it's important not to fall for it. This is why you have to watch your own ego too. You can't let yourself be someone that gets moved by other people's words. You can't let someone that gets moved by flattery. Also, you can be someone that gets moved by the opposite, right? Which is defamation and like criticism and all these things. You can't get moved by either of these things because that's how you get taken advantage of. So when you're around people who are predators, you have to be someone that's immovable, pretty much. So whether they praise you or not, you're not gonna care. So if they praise you, you're gonna be like, okay, cool, but you don't really care, right? If they hate on you, you're gonna be like, okay, cool, but I don't really care. That's how it is. And then the reason I wanted to make this video is because these people hurt other people. This is just the truth. They hurt other people. Like they destroy lives. There's people who have been in relationships with these types of people and their lives have been destroyed. Some people have been killed. Some people have been, God only knows what's happened to them. God forbid these things happen, but these types of people exist. So the main thing you need to do is tread lightly. This is why your discernment is really important. So you might have strong discernment, but you need to use that discernment. So you need to listen to the discernment, no matter what you see, the smoke screens and everything. If you get the gut feeling, the intuition, just something little, you go, something's not right. You might get like a something's not right. You might get like a kind of like a suffocating feeling or like a weird like feeling. You might feel like you're like the center of attention in a way, but in a bad way, right? You feel like a target. You need to listen to these things, right? Because they're gonna throw all smoke and mirrors towards you, but you need to listen to these things. Otherwise, you're gonna get manipulated. Then you're gonna get hurt. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Of course, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like, don't forget to comment below, and if you're not subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe. All right, God bless you guys and stay safe out there.